Today we are going to talk about essential oils and aromatherapy. Um, I remember the first time I heard the term aromatherapy, it sounded kind of new agey to me. I know people that introduced it to me, they were into new age and did all kinds of stuff. And then one day I read this statement in the book Selected Messages. It says here, it's on page 301, paragraph 4, it says, in a certain place, preparations were being made to clear the land for the erection of a sanitarium. Light was given me that there is health in the fragrance of the pine, the cedar, and the fir. And there were also other kinds of trees that have medicinal properties that are health promoting. So when I read that there was healing in the fragrance of the trees, I started to, then is when I thought, wow, so there must be something good about aromatherapy. And the thing is, not because something is used by spiritualists and New Agers, it means that it's wrong, it's bad, because they use herbs, they use diet and all kinds of different things. So anyway, when I read that, I started to look into it, and I actually did some courses in aromatherapy to become a certified aromatherapist. And it was amazing what I found out in my studies about the benefits of the essences of these plants and barks and flowers and other trees and trees. So anyway, so as I studied that, I started to realize that I should get involved in it. But so aromatherapy goes way back in ancient times. We have, the Bible talks about. I remember when Jesus was born, these wise men brought frankincense and myrrh and gold. And I remember when Jesus was being prepared for his burial, Mary came and brought him these oils, these perfume oils. So it was used back in those days. What we use today as perfume or fragrances and the cosmetics, they were really used medicinally. A lot of the idea of using cosmetics for skin repair or for anti-aging, all of these started way back then for medicinal purposes. When people had health issues on the skin, these extracts were used. And the aromatherapy, the fragrances were used also for a lot of different reasons. So there is a lot of merit towards using aromatherapy. So over the years, things have changed, methods of extraction changed, etc. And so today the reason why I wanted to do this class on aromatherapy was when I thought about people being at home all the time, not going out, and spending so much time indoors where there's a lot of pollution. Oh boy, I'm sorry. One second here. I think I did something to my notes. No, I didn't want to do that. Oh well. I hope I can find back what I'm looking for. Oh boy. Just give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can get back this thing. Nope. Okay, let me see if I can find it. Okay, I think I found it. Mm, 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 mm. Just give me one. Oh yeah, good. I got it. I found it back. Okay, so yeah, so you know, being indoors all the time. You know, I mean, where we are, we've been outdoors a lot. But I know a lot of people have stayed indoors. You know, most people. I think a lot of people with their windows closed, and you know, there is absolutely no telling as to what's going on in the atmosphere. You know, we've heard stories, I don't know how true they are, about places like I heard in Brooklyn, there was one funeral home where they had a truck outside with the bodies and they were smelling and all that kind of stuff. So I think there, even though air pollution is down, the um, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide emissions may be low because of less vehicular traffic, yet the air may be tainted with disease. So I think one of the ways that we can help is through purifying the atmosphere in our homes. And, you know, we can do so with plants, with their house plants that we can use in the air to help purify. But I found that essential oils are a great way. Using essential oils is a great way of doing that. So I remember the first essential oil I used was geranium. And I had used geranium in my first skin lotion, my first face lotion had geranium. And that's because geranium, among the properties of geranium is that it helps to deal with eczema and other eczema, acne, and other things, you know, for the skin, for the face. So I remember using that. Then I remember using lavender. I use lavender oil a lot. Lavender oil helps to calm and soothe the nerves. I've used lavender oil for headaches. I've used lavender oil which is very rarely when I can fall asleep. I've used it for that. Lavender oil is an excellent insect repellent, and it's one of the things that can be used for purifying the air. So I'm gonna just go them over. I'm just I'll give you a brief account, but I'm gonna go everything over in detail that I'm gonna recommend, because I'm gonna recommend some oils that you can use in your home. Just let me show you something here, what I've been using. This is an essential oil diffuser. Let me plug it back in. Yeah, this is an essential oil diffuser. I don't know if can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, you put water in here, and you put water and you put oil. You put essential oils, you open it. This comes off, and you put the water goes in here, and then you put your essential oil, you cover it, and this is electric. There's a cord that goes under here to your outlet, and there's a mist that comes out from the top here. There's a mist that comes out with the with the fragrance, and it's this is what I use instead of an air refreshener. You know, there's healing properties in the fragrance of the oils. It deodorizes your home, and some of these oils actually help to purify the air. It's just a nice thing to walk in the house and smell these fragrances. Yeah, so that's what I use. there are some diffusers where you can put a candle. It's made out of a kind of ceramic material, and you put a candle at the bottom, these little candles, and you light it, and it heats up the thing, and the fragrance comes out. But I prefer to use the electric ones because you get a steady flow of air, and whenever the water is out, it shuts off automatically. So that is something you want to do. Another thing, let me see if I can remember. I remember one time we went to visit a family. We went to minister to someone, and I happened to have I happened to have a bottle of peppermint and lavender essential oil with me. So it got late, and where the family lived, there was no public transportation after a certain time. So they offered me a room, one of their children's room to stay in, and but they had cats in the home, and I mean the room smelled, you know, it had that cat smell, and I know the cat was on the bed and stuff like that, and I'm thinking, no way am I going to be able to sleep because I have a very sensitive sense of smell, and just the thoughts, you know. So I just the thoughts of the cat being there, being in the bed and all that. So what I did, I took the lavender, I sprinkled a lot of it on the pillow. I took the peppermint and I did that. I just want to block out any smell that is not that any smell of cat. So anyway, and whatever else you could, you know, all the other smells. So when I was done, all I could smell was peppermint and lavender. And I tell you, that is one of the best night's sleep I've ever had. I slept so soundly after sprinkling the lavender and the peppermint on my pillow or on the bed sheets. So yeah, that was another experience. So what I do sometimes, if I like I said, which happens once in a while, if I have a hard time falling asleep, I'll open the bottle with the lavender essential oil and I'll sniff it. You know, take like 3 good sniffs, rub some on my temples, my forehead, and I will get a good night's sleep. It's also good as an insect repellent. And there are other properties about it. And then here, as I said, it helps in sanitizing the air. You can actually use it diluted and with water in a spray bottle and use it to sanitize the air, sanitize your bathroom wherever you want to. Or you can put it in the diffuser and you have it there. You know, you can experiment with different things. Some fragrances you may not like, but I've never had anyone who didn't like the smell of lavender. But it's good. Let me see what else I've got. I have here on lavender. And it says here, you know, according to my notes, it stays long, and the fragrance stays long in the air, and it purifies the air from stuffy odor and from contaminants. Okay, another one of my favorite oils. Yeah, should I go back anything if you're writing? You want me to go over anything on the lavender?
No, we go. Thank you.
Okay, another one of my favorite essential oils for fragrance and for deodorizing, purifying the air, is lemongrass. Lemongrass or even lemon essential oil will help. That's another versatile oil, but one of the benefits here is it helps to purify the stale indoor air from your home. So again, you put that into your diffuser and it just gives us a nice smell. You can use it in any part of the house. You can use it in the bathroom, you can use it in the bedroom, you can use it in the but you probably wouldn't want to use it in the kitchen, but the living room. And so the lemon, one of the benefits of it, it helps to, besides the fragrance, it helps to destroy airborne pollutants and toxic elements. So lemon oil may be one of the ones that you definitely want to use at this time to keep the air pure and cleansed. Not just pure, but cleansed. As it says here, it helps to destroy airborne pollutants and toxic elements. So another thing you can do, well, let me go down the list first, and then I'll tell you something else you can do with the essential oils. All right, eucalyptus oil. I think eucalyptus oil is of great value at this time also. And because it helps to improve the quality of the air flow that we breathe. And it helps to eliminate toxicity and other irritants in the air in a short span. That works very quickly. The eucalyptus oil, it works very quickly in purifying the air and getting the pollutants down. Just give me 1 second, 1 moment, please. You be quiet, Roman. Yes. So yeah, it okay, there's Roman again. Yeah, Roman, be quiet. So the eucalyptus oil, you know, if you might be having any, I've found it very helpful when dealing with congestion, either sinus congestion or congestion in the chest. Applying it outside and having it in a diffuser, or what you call those things, a vaporizer. You know, you have a stuffy head and you can't sleep properly. That really helps to open up your air passages and helps to remove toxicity and irritants from the air. And again, the eucalyptus oil does it in a short space of time. It does it in a very short space of time. Okay, let me see what else we have here on my list. Basil. How many of you heard of basil essential oil? Basil is another thing that helps with respiratory problems, respiratory infections. And we can use it in our diffuser to help purify the air. One of the things I remember reading about basil is that it helps protect us from Listeria, E. coli, and toxic germs of foodborne diseases, which may sometimes be life-threatening. Let me see here. Tea tree. We all know about tea tree. Tea tree has anti-inflammatory properties, and it also helps to destroy hidden bacteria and bad breath. It's regularly used for swollen gums and bleeding, but it also can be used as a household cleaner, and you can put it in there to help to clear the air, clean the air. Lime. I love the fragrance of the lime essential oil. It reminds me, I guess one of the reasons why I like it, it reminds me of a drink that we used to buy when we were growing up. It was made with lime, or lime drink. So that's good. Lime is said to be helpful against both gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria, all types of bacteria. It helps. And again, the lime helps to destroy airborne bacteria. So it's one of the oils that you want to use to purify the atmosphere in your home. And the lime also, its effectiveness is very quick. After a few minutes of having that coming up, you know, having that the fragrance coming out, it does the job. Okay, and you know, you can also use lime essential oil in your cleansing. You can cleaning your counters and so forth. So let me see what else I have here. So I think those are some of the most popular, prominent, and we have cinnamon leaf, cinnamon essential oil. That's another good one. That's another good one to help eliminate airborne pollutants. And cinnamon leaf also has a calming effect on the nervous system. Another thing that's been happening now also, a lot of people have been complaining about being anxious or depressed. You know, you stay in your home for a certain period of time, you will become depressed. So the cinnamon oil is one of those. While it's creating a nice fragrance in the atmosphere, cleansing air pollutants, it is also helping to calm or soothe the nerves. So those are some of the oils that I would recommend for for freshening and cleaning the air, especially at this time. They can be used all the time, but especially this time. And I'm going to go over the list, and I'm going to start from the last one, which would be cinnamon essential oil. Now another good thing about knowing of a variety of oils is that you can choose. There's some oils that are more expensive than others. There are some that are better quality than others, but I usually will look for quality if I'm applying it topically, but to use it in my diffuser as an air cleanser, air purifier, it really doesn't matter. You have the really expensive ones that are sold through certain companies. Some of you might have heard of Young Living or doTERRA. Their oils are said to be of very high quality, but I don't really buy those. Even before I heard of those companies, before those companies came out, I've been using other essential oil brands that are less expensive but has had the same good effects. So someone will ask, which brand do I buy, or which brand would I recommend? And I will tell them, I do Orocasia. I do Now, if you're familiar with Now, I do Now brands. They're not as expensive, and they work just as well. I mean, some may disagree, but I'm only talking from experience. I've used them and they've worked very well. So we have the cinnamon, and the next one on the list will be lime essential oil. Lime essential oil is one of the inexpensive essential oils, but really powerful properties as far as air purification. Then what was the next one on our list? We have basil. We have tea tree oil. Then we have lavender oil, eucalyptus oil, and again, I just want to remind you, repeat that eucalyptus oil is excellent if there is any kind of lung issues. It really helps to it helps with your respiratory system. One I forgot to mention was chamomile. Chamomile essential oils is another one that helps to destroy airborne pollutants. So it can be a little expensive, but it's worth it. And these essential oils, not only are you going to use them in your diffuser as an air purifier, but you're going to use them also on your on your skin for whatever reasons. Peppermint oil is another oil that can be used externally. Now summer is coming. There may be mosquitoes or ticks, depending on where you are. It's good to have peppermint essential oil to use as an insect repellent. My children, they spend a lot of time hiking or outdoors, and they always have a bottle of peppermint essential oil in their backpacks because of its use as an insect repellent. And not only an insect repellent, even if you get bitten by a mosquito or something, you can apply it there and it will stop the itching, and it also acts as an antiseptic. So that's one of your outdoor essential oils, the peppermint oil. And I think those are the oils I'd like to share with you. There's so much more, but these are the ones that are easily accessible and are not super expensive. And what you can do, So what I do sometimes, you can play around with the fragrances. I find that some fragrances go well together. I like lavender and lemongrass. Lavender and lemon or the lemongrass go well together. Some oils don't go well together, but you can experiment and see which you will like, and just use them. Um, you can get the diffuser, as I mentioned. You can also use a spray. Some people, they will get a little spray bottle and put some water in there with essential oils, and use it as an air freshener, as a deodorizer when they use the bathroom. You can put the lemon and other oils in there, and you can in your spray bottle. And when you clean your bathroom sink, you can do that, or you can also do that to clean your kitchen counter. And other things, you can spray, drop it on your pillow, drop lavender on your pillow for a good night's sleep. You go outdoors, you go camping or hiking, biking, whatever, just for a walk, and there's a possibility of you being attacked by mosquitoes. You can put a couple of drops on your clothes. Make sure it's somewhere where, if it's, I don't think it stains. I've never seen it stain, but just to be on the safe side, I would not put it on clothes that I'm afraid that might, it might show out, especially light clothes. But you can rub it on your skin, rub it on your face, just a few drops all over your body, and you can go out there and be protected from the mosquitoes. And I think those are some of the major things that you can do. You can put it in your drawer. You sprinkle some on the side of your drawer, and that will give a nice smell to your clothing and keep out moths and things like those. All right. So, any questions, any comments?
So, if you're making like a mist, instead of just using like the pure oil, you use what? You have to use the distilled water?
Yes, it's better if you use a distilled water.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll put the distilled water and put a little bit of witch hazel extract in the water also, and a little extract or rubbing alcohol in the water, and that helps to keep it too. Yeah. Okay. Now, another thing you can do, for an insect repellent, you can get a carrier oil like almond. Almond is light and easy to use, and to every ounce let's say you can get 4 ounces of almond oil, and you put in 40 drops of essential oil, 40 drops of peppermint in your 4 ounce bottle. So when you go out in your 4 ounces of almond oil, so when you go out, you just rub that on, or wherever you are, you want to keep away the mosquitoes. Instead of just dropping the oil like that, you can, rub it on, and you get it on a wider area. So you can use that. If you're using essential oils for any other reason, that's a good way to use it. Get a carrier oil and use it, and you can rub with it. You can rub lavender. After your shower at nights, you want to have to give you a nice soothing sleep. You can make your own lavender oil, your lavender body oil, and you put a little bit of chamomile in there, a couple of drops of chamomile. I'm thinking, let me see what else you can put in there. Chamomile is also soothing, and yeah, I think that's it. You can put some chamomile, a few drops of chamomile with your lavender. Yeah, I remember you're doing if you're doing the lavender oil, I will do 30 drops. or you can, you want to start with 15 drops and see how, because sometimes, see, some oils, for whatever reason you may be using, it might be too strong. Now, you're doing the peppermint oil, 40 drops to that, peppermint to that, and you're not rubbing a lot on it already. And carry oil, you want it strong enough to repel the mosquitoes or other insects. But you're not gonna put lavender oil, you're not gonna put a blend of 30 drops of lavender oil, 40 drops of lavender oil in the 4-ounce carrier oil. You're not gonna do a mixture like that and rub it on before going to bed, because that would be too strong. You're not gonna, you may have a hard time falling asleep with that. So the same thing with lavender oil. If you want to make a body oil to rub, start with about 15 drops and check it to make sure that it's not too strong. If it's not strong enough to what you want, you just add a few more. But that's a good oil. And lavender essential oil helps to regenerate skin cells. So it's lavender oil is lavender body oil is excellent for the skin. There's so many healing properties for the skin. It helps to heal skin issues. So you can combine lavender oil with geranium essential oil and make a body oil out of that. And after your shower at night or wherever, before going to bed, you can rub your body with the lavender and geranium. And you try, if you have skin issues on your face, you might want to leave your skin cream, your face lotion, leave that for the daytime, and in the night before going to bed, you can rub your face with your body oil, and that will provide healing. Also using the geranium and the lavender. Now, in this case, I will put more geranium to lavender. Yeah. So that's something you can do. For like, if you want to make like a sore muscle oil, then you can do well, before we do the sore muscle oil, for the sore muscle oil, you can also do a little bit of peppermint. And where's my other oil here? You can do a little bit of peppermint, and I'll tell you, and tea tree for the sore muscles. Peppermint and tea tree for sore muscles. There's another oil I have here, also for and even a little bit of eucalyptus for the inflammation and swelling. So for your sore muscles, inflammation and swelling, you do a combination of tea tree, eucalyptus, lavender. And remember, again, the key is for your 40 drops, for your 4 ounces of carrier oil, and in this case, it will be almond oil. For the 4 drops, you put in about 30 or 40 drops of your essential oil or essential oil mixture. And that's for the swelling. The swelling, swelling and inflammation, you're not putting that all over your body. So that could be strong, and something I always recommend, especially if you're at home, you're not going outside, wherever you're rubbing that oil on, you wrap it with saran wrap and go to bed. And that helps to keep the oils in. What you put in your skin, it evaporates, but you cover it like that, and that helps to keep it there, keep the oils on.
And that is for what?
Soreness, swelling, and inflammation. Yeah.
And the 3 oils are what again, Dr. Silas?
The tea tree,
the
eucalyptus, tea tree, peppermint, and eucalyptus.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that helps with the swelling and inflammation. Okay. And Yeah, so
Dr.
go ahead.
Dr. Silas, for the face, how many geranium oil drops you have to put?
Okay, okay, for the face, you want to try, if you're going to do it for the face with the 4 ounces, you can do 20 drops. Yeah,
Okay,
20
thank you.
drops. 20 drops for the of the geranium. Yeah, that will work. And you know, to that 20 drops, you can add a couple drops. You add about 2 or 3 drops of eucalyptus, not eucalyptus, tea tree. Yeah, yeah, you can have.
So for the face, is it just the lavender and the geranium?
Yes.
So how much drops of the lavender would we use?
I would use about, if I'm use 30 drops of geranium, I'm use about 5 drops of lavender.
Okay.
That's how I'll balance it. I you know what? You can also do. I will do like probably. Let me see. We're not up to 4. We just have 30 and 535, and maybe 5 drops of chamomile, because chamomile is another oil that helps with skin diseases. Just that chamomile can be expensive, but you can use that also. That works really well also. And you know, 3 of them together, and you have a powerhouse for skin healing.
Okay, chamomile, lavender, geranium, tea tree.
Yeah. And yeah, and I always recommend to prevent rancidity, even though usually when you have your geranium, when you have essential oils in there, a lot of times, depending on which oil you have, you may not have experienced any rancidity, but put a little drop, put about a 1/4 teaspoon, not a 1/4 teaspoon, an 1/8 teaspoon of vitamin E oil in that to prevent it from going rancid.
How much vitamin E?
About 1/8 teaspoon.
Okay.
And another thing you can do is keep it in the refrigerator. Yeah.
What type of oil will you use for
The base, the cap, as a carrier, almond oil.
The almond.
Yeah, it's very light and easy to use. Yeah.
So could I put it for the? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Could I put it for the base for the face?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, because that's what I use as a base oil for things like these, because and almond oil is light and it has its own added benefits for the skin. It's very healing and soothing to the skin. And if you're gonna, for rubbing, it goes on easily, and for massaging, it goes on easily also. It's very good as a base, and because it's light, you know, it absorbs the other oil really well. So yeah, that you can use any oil, but that's the best. That's what I use. You know, there are times when I may be in a home and didn't have my carrier oils, and I've added, but I always have the essential oils, and I would use. Sometimes the person may just have olive oil, and I've used olive oil. But the thing is, that olive oil is very heavy, and it has a very strong fragrance if it's like extra virgin olive oil, and it does. I don't like the way it feels on my skin. It's kind of harsh. So, but the almond oil is so nice. It's so light and smooth and easy to use.
So if you're given a massage, what type of oil is good for massaging?
Okay, essential or carrier?
Both.
Okay, so for massage oil, the almond oil, to me, almond oil is the best carrier oil. And again, it provides it's light, it's easy for the slip and glide to move the tissues. Very light. It's excellent. And by the way, it's a better oil for babies than for me. It's a better oil for babies than or let me say it this way. I prefer using almond oil for babies as opposed to mineral oil. Mineral oil is a petroleum product, and it's not the best. But almond oil is an excellent replacement. And so when you're doing a massage, you're talking about a massage oil. It depends on what you want to achieve. It's relaxation and healing. I commonly use lavender. Yeah, I use lavender. I've used other oils, but lavender, I would use lavender. And to the lavender, I will add chamomile, or I would add also geranium. Yeah, and I'll use those two. A little bit of eucalyptus oil in there helps with the immune system. Lavender also, I've found lavender to be helpful with for the immune system. So I'm massaging with the lavender, you get a lot of different benefits from it. And it's not strong. One thing I like about it, it's not strong. It's not an overpowering, unpleasant scent. Number one, and number two, there's a lot of healing properties with the lavender oil. So yeah. I'm trying to think what else. I've also used the ylang ylang in my massage oil blend, again because of the fragrance and other properties, but especially because of the fragrance. Yeah, but the almond is your carrier oil. Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? No, you can use lavender and eucalyptus also in your scalp, have itchy scalp. And by the way, someone was sharing with me that they had itchy scalp, and after using the onion stuff, the itching disappeared. So I just want to share that. I'm not going to say a name because I don't know if they want their name mentioned, but I just want to share that someone is happy that they use that.
Let's find out to Silas.
Okay. Yeah, that's Sophia. Yeah. I like to hear those testimonies. Yep. Yeah. So those are those, and the itching, and peppermint is excellent for itching on the skin. If you have an insect bite, you can do peppermint oil and what you call this thing, apple cider vinegar. By the way, apple cider vinegar is excellent for skin rash, skin itching. I've known people to do that for people with chicken pox. It's one of the best things I've seen stop chicken pox itching. And you get bitten. That's one of the things that you want to always keep in your house, especially during the summer. If you go camping or hiking, it's always good to have a little spray bottle with some, besides your peppermint oil, with apple cider vinegar, because that's another thing that helps to stop the itching that you may experience from insect bites. And you get your water, a little bit of I will say maybe 3 ounces of water, 1 ounce of witch hazel or alcohol, and you put your lavender in there, and that other lavender and lemon oil, and that could be your spray, your indoor spray. Instead of going out and buying the air refresheners that could be toxic, this will be the best way to go. You want to have a bathroom spray do your essential oils. Make your own bathroom spray with your essential oils. It's more healthy and it's also cleansing to the air. Yeah. So I think, any other questions? I think we've covered some important things tonight. And yeah, I want to do a part 2 on this, because I want to, well, you know, there's so many things you can talk about when dealing with essential oils, but tonight I really wanted to focus on air purification, and the next time we talk about, you know, part 2 of our aromatherapy meeting, we'll talk about essential oils for mental health, you know, things like stress, depression, anxiety, and all of those things. Because, and you know, this information, I know you're going to share it, and I think that because of what I've been hearing, a lot of people will, you know, are under stress, they're going through depression and anxiety. So, you know, I'm going to share some combinations of essential oils that could be used to help in these situations. You know, if you yourself or others that you might want to share with can benefit from them. Okay. So seems like there are no more questions. So we're going to say good night. And I'm looking on my list and looking for someone to pray. And I'm going to ask Joycelyn to pray. Now, I hope one day I can get to see everybody's